Mouse and Persepolis, two different worlds, oppressive governments, and signs of rebellion. They may be different, but they are also the same. Hi, I'm Sophia Brzezinski, and I'll be talking to you about two incredible graphic novels, Mouse and Persepolis. We have two sides to work with, the rebels and the dictative government. But what's the theme? Simple. In war, just like in life, rebellion is a natural instinct because people fight in more ways than one to survive. Rebelling against something that threatens chances of survival and people's way of life shows how determined and willing people are to make sacrifices for what they believe in because they are willing to fight for what they have known for most of their lives. Makes sense, right? Both Art Spiegelman and Marjane Satrapi suggested, through symbolism, that rebellion is a natural instinct shown through determination and willingness to make a sacrifice for what the people believe in. In Mouse and Persepolis, both protagonists were determined and willing to make sacrifices for what they believed in. Both Vladik and Marji are experiencing losses that are influencing their willingness to act out in rebellion through determination to make some sort of change for the better, either for themselves or for others. Vladik sacrificed comfort as well as hard-earned money so that he and his wife Anya could continue to live. He used what money they had to buy food off the black market and lived in barns, attics, and cellars. Page 141 shows an example of this when Vladik bought food without coupons from Mrs. Motonoa, a Polish woman, and lived in a barn with Anya. Vladik was determined to live and to make sure that he and Anya survived through the war so that they could once again live in peace without fear of Nazis barging in and killing them. As with Marji, she sacrificed most of her childhood by studying and trying to understand why the revolution was happening. After reading a plethora of books and experiencing rough times with her family, she realized why it was happening. Between pages 36 and 39, Marji was angry with how social classes restricted what someone could do and who they could be. Determined to go to a demonstration, Marji convinced her maid Mary to go with her, despite her parents forbidding them. The reason Marji was so determined to go demonstrate is because she wanted to have her voice heard and show support for a cause she saw to be worthy. Why does this matter, you ask? Obviously, you weren't listening if you haven't realized what makes being determined and willing to make sacrifices so important. I'll sum it up. Being determined and willing to make sacrifices shows how important someone or something is to you. Not only that, but it also shows how far a person would go, what lengths they would take just to make a statement or to survive. The willpower to do what is needed to be done in the eyes of the one acting upon such determination and willingness. That is what it means to sacrifice. In Mouse and Persepolis, both protagonists defend what they believe in, because what they believe in is what they have always known for all of their lives. Vladik defends his interests, but also defends, in his own way, his family. With Marji, she defends her belief in the freedom of expression and equality. Both of these are due to the fact of what they have always known, which was, altogether, freedom. In Mouse, Vladik had always been good with money, and has always seemed to have known the finer things in life. He was in textiles, buying and selling, as stated on page 12, as well as that he didn't make much money, but he was able to make a living. Vladik has known how to keep good care of his interests as well as his money. Another thing that he has done was care for his family, including his in-laws. As seen on page 17, Vladik defends Anya when Lucia criticizes Anya's looks, Lucia being an old girlfriend of Vladik's. Looks aren't everything, Lucia. A simple statement, but nonetheless wise in how one should not base another just upon appearances. Defending his interests and his family, Vladik does so because he views such things as important. His interests are where he profits and gains money to support himself and his family. Family, even if not directly blood related to, helps create a feeling of safety and warmth. Each of these are important and have value for Vladik, which is why he defends them. Marji was raised with religion, but her family was more modernized. Schools did not separate the students due to gender, nor did they force her to wear a veil because she was a girl. She grew up with this. So this is what she had always known and believed to be right. On page 75 of Persepolis, it became a national obligation to wear a veil in Iran. Margie thought it was ridiculous because she had never known why the veil was important to wear when she was young, and she did believe it was. Demonstrations between the fundamentalists and moderns began about whether women should wear the veil. She joins in as well to defend her belief because she saw it as something that was right. Defending what one believes in is the same as what you have always known, because what you have always known is what one's belief is based upon. If both protagonists were to have switched places, then that would mean their experiences would have also changed, which thus changes what they have known during their younger years. In turn, that also influences what they would believe in. To be able to realize that someone's belief is just based off of what they have known for most of their life is important to understand because that is what shapes one's self. Thus, if something interferes with what one has come to know as their life and belief, they will rebel against the raider. To conclude this rather sensational animation, both Mouse and Persepolis have shown various similarities and differences when it comes to their lives, beliefs, and ideas. Each story had something different to share, something different to impart unto viewers to widen their own horizons, as I hope this animation has done for you, dear viewers, as well. Rebellion is still alluded to within such things as someone's willingness and determination, as well as the idea of what someone believes in is just what they have known for most of their life. Survival is dependent on such things, for if one was not willing or determined to survive, they wouldn't. If they hadn't known survival was an actual thing that needed to be done, they wouldn't believe in survival. Thus, rebellion is an outcome of instinct due to all of the mentioned factors that provide us with a reason to rebel and survive.